What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to briefly summarize how to draw the head from any angle. I'm going to be using something called the Loomis method, which is an easier method of getting the proportions of the head correctly by Andrew Loomis, summarised in this book called How to Draw the Head and Hands. But you don't have to get the book. I do have another video actually about going through drawing books. If you want to have a look at that, I'll link it below. But yeah, so basically, sorry, I haven't done a video in a while. Basically, the head can be simplified as a ball, or like a sphere, with a jaw, of like a box shape. Right. And this could be the line, centre line going down the middle of the face. But obviously, no one's head, if you look at someone from the front view, no one's head is going to actually be like that round. So imagine if we cut a bit off each side, right? Because most people's heads are more flat, like on the side of the cranium. So what this would look like on the head shape is sort of like a little bit cut off like that, and then you'd have the proportions of like the eyebrows, and then the bottom of the nose and the chin, and all these measurements from the bottom of the chin to the bottom of the nose to the eyebrows and to the hairline are roughly all the same size. And in this method they are all the same size, and once you get used to this method you can like vary them a little. And when you draw, what's best to do actually is once you know this method, is to look at a portrait of someone and draw it, and then you can see that usually they're usually like right the same size, but they can vary a little bit. Like someone's nose could be up like a bit higher, or their chin could be lower, and stuff like that. So these are the different proportions of the features. This circle line usually determines the edge, the corner of the eyebrows, right? So let's see, I'll do another way. So we've got the circle, right? So you want to know which direction would this person be looking. Obviously I'm going to add the rest, like the drawing that. So say they're looking this way, right? So you want to think of where that center line is. Like this line, it goes down the center of the face, right? Like that. So the center of the head is where the eyes are. Slightly above is the eyebrows. Right, so that's this line. And then halfway between the bottom of the chin, the eyebrows, bottom of the nose, which is here. And then obviously you've got the bottom of the chin. Right, and then you can just copy this distance to get the hairline, right? So if this person is looking this way, think like the center of their face, like that, like here. Then there's no particular way that you have to do these steps, but I'm just giving you an idea. And then you want to cut the bit off the side, because their head is not a complete circle. So like that, I know I'm making it look really easy, but if you just get like a sketchbook and just practice, do a bit of practice each day, even if it's like 10 minutes, it will help quite a lot. Like, I've done this hundreds of times, I reckon. Like, it doesn't come easy at first time. But yeah, so we cut the bit off the side. Right. And then you want to think of, like, say they're looking upwards. You want to think of where the eyebrow lies. So, say here, that would be them looking up. And if they were looking downwards, it'd be obviously like there. Right. And then the way this works is I'm going to follow this line halfway through this circle. Because obviously, if they were just looking straight ahead, like, this line would be like that. But we'll go through a few different views. But for now, I'm just showing the overall idea. And then the top of here, hairline, the bottom of the circle is the bottom of the nose. And then if you repeat this distance, it's the bottom of the chin. Now, when you draw this circle, right, you might want to practice drawing circles if you're not that good at them. I mean, you can just do how I do it, like that, or you can use like your whole arm, like your shoulder, and then like do that, whichever way. But I'd recommend trying to draw loads of circles first, because you want to make it look like a circle, otherwise it won't really come out all that good. So then you want to attach the jaw. And if you do this line down here, like, the jaw usually attaches just on this line or slightly behind, or it varies on if you're copying from a model or just making it up. It doesn't really matter. And the ear, I usually like to draw the ear in as well, because it helps, and it's usually in this bottom quarter like that. Right. Then you can finish the center line. And there's also a line, it's optional, but it probably will help if you're a beginner, from the bottom of the chin, like this little bit here, to this line. That sort of signifies the jaw, the plane change of the face. So, like, not the jaw, what am I on about? Well, the jaw's there, but like the cheekbone here. Right. And then basically you're ready for the features, but we'll go through that in a second. So, start off with the circle. This time we'll cut the sides off first. So say the person's looking this way, you've got to slightly cut that edge off. And generally, this circle is about, say, what is it? 2/3 of this height. So you won't, I'm going to show you the measurement, but you just do it with your eye, really. You probably won't actually measure it. So say this in half. That's the bottom, that's the top, and then into 3. Like, this is generally how big you would do it. But it's not going to matter too much. It just means, say if you did it a lot bigger, it just means the head would be like a lot bigger, like a lot. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. But yeah, so say this person's looking that way, so generally this line will be in that direction as well. This line goes the top of the ear to the corner of the eyebrow, and then you want to bring that round like that, and that'll be the eyebrow line. And then you can either just add the jaw, like, because it's not, you don't have to do it completely symmetrical like that, because not everyone's going to have the exact same proportion head. But just for this, we'll do it the normal way. So the top of the circle will be the hairline, and the bottom would be bottom of the nose, like that. So you've got these equal distances, and then you add it to the bottom, for the bottom of the chin. and then you can add the jaw like that. Oh yeah, and this line halfway. Also the centre line of the face, and then optional, but it can help, this line from this corner to here to show the change in plane of the face and the cheekbone. We'll do another. I will do a few more. Okay, so what? We haven't done side view actually. So side view, you could just halfway through like that, and then with this one, you don't generally draw people's heads like completely from the side, but because if you're going to use this method, I would measure it a little bit. So just do these into thirds like that, and then just do it from this outer third like that. So that would be the bit that's cut off, so it's not a complete circle. All right, then it says person is looking this way. So this is their eyebrow line, and then hairline, and then bottom of the nose, and then match that distance with the bottom of the chin, and then you can add the jaw, and it connects about halfway there like that, and then it is somewhere like in this little quarter there. Oh, and don't forget the neck, but we'll do a separate video for the neck because there's a lot to go through. Okay, so we'll do another front view. So you've got your circle, line down the middle, another line through the middle like that. I think I'm doing this right. Yeah, cut off the edges a little bit, and you see what I mean when you cut this bit off. There's not a specific measurement, but say if you made this really big, so that would mean it would be really wide. I mean, this line would be wider, but it would just make the face really like slim. So if I made this, the bigger the circle, the slimmer the face basically, and the smaller the circle, the wider the face will be. So that's cutting the edges off, and you can rub this bit out if you want to. And then where these corners meet, that would be the hairline, obviously eyebrows, then these corners, bottom of the nose, and then add this distance, bottom of the chin. Now, obviously, when you draw the jaw, it's not just going to go to that line there, because like whose head is that shape? So basically what we're going to do is work out where the mouth would be. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can, from the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin, if you split this into three, generally this third is the mouth, and this bit is like the little indent, what am I even saying? That little dent, like, say that's your chin, that little dent there, and then that's your mouth. So it's usually splits into three like that. Alright, we'll just do that way for now because I don't want to confuse you. But generally, we're in line with the mouth is the corner of the jaw, generally. So if you just line it up like that, and then this line generally goes up sort of like diagonal a little bit, like that. Alright, this is obviously, we'll go through differences between male and female heads, but this is obviously a male head because the jaw. But there's some slight differences, but we'll go through that. Okay, so the center of the head is where the eyes are. Right. And these corners here would be like the corner of the eyebrows, like here. Because when you look at someone's head from, say you look at someone's head from the top, right above them, the back of their head is wider, like a bit wider than the front. So that, say they're looking that way, and this is their forehead, and that's the back of their head. You'll see the sides of the back of their head, and this is these bits is like here. Right. So that would be like the end of their eyebrows. And obviously you're going to have their nose, like say, and their eyes are obviously, I don't know why I keep saying obviously because you might not know this, but their eyes are equal distances. Like the length of the eye is equal to the width between the eyes. So we're not going to go too much into details yet, but I'm just showing you. Eyes doesn't really look realistic. That looks weird. I'm just showing you the proportions. But again, so I know I'm being I don't even know what I'm saying. I haven't made a video in ages, so I need to get used to this. But yeah, the bottom of the nose and the eyebrow, that is where the ear would be also. Alright, let's do it a few more times. So you've got the circle. Alright, which way the person looking? Upwards. Okay. Centre line. And then cutting off the side. And don't worry if you can't get this the first time, because it's just got to practice really. And another thing I'd say, I wouldn't rub it out. Say if you did this circle and you thought it was too big, I wouldn't keep rubbing it out. Just see where it goes, like still do it, and then that way you'll learn what size to do it. Because if you do it too big and then draw it, you'll see what it looks like if you've done that too big, so you'll know. So then you want to do, so that's the centre line. Then you want to do the line for the eyebrows, sorry they're looking up, and then this line will always go halfway, exactly halfway through here. So if this eyebrow line was here, right, this line, you got to think, if you don't know what direction it will go, you got to think, oh, it can't go there because that's not halfway, it'll go up there. So here goes halfway like that, and then you do the other line like that. And so we've got hairline. You can also, when you do the hairline, you can also do it from halfway here to go halfway through here, and it still goes there. Like, just another thing. Yeah, bottom of the nose. This is always also where the ear is. You can always draw that in to help you see it come together. And then bottom of the chin, same distance. Then you can just, it doesn't really matter what order, you can like draw the jaw, or you can do the line, then draw the jaw like that. You can rub this bit out because you don't really need it. So you've got that, and then you can draw this line as well. And then ready for the features, which you could split this into three. Then the mouth would be here, they line up with the corner of the jaw, that's the indent where your chin is. And then for the eyes, you can chop this in half, and this would be from here to here, it's like the bottom of your eye sockets. Like if it was like an actual, or if you imagine looking at the skeleton, like them holes, that would be the same. So I'm not going to sit there and draw the whole thing, but you know what I mean. That'll be the actual eye sockets, and then halfway between here would be where the eyes meet up. And a good tip when you're drawing the eyes, we will go through it, but you can just do like draw like a ball as an eyeball, and then go over it like that. If you don't know how to draw them properly, it helps. And do a circle, and then draw the eyelid over it like that. But we'll go through all that. Okay. Do another one. I'm going to try and release a video every week. I mean, it's because basically I mainly do painting, and it's hard to like, I'll be doing painting all day and then like, I won't have time to draw, or like I'm trying to balance it and try and do both really. But I'm definitely going to be doing more videos. So sorry if this is going too quick. I'm just the bottom of the nose, eyebrows, bottom of the chin, draw the ear here. I'm just going to draw one just so you have an idea. So there's no way you should have to do this, but like I like to draw the eyebrows first, just so I see the direction where they're looking. And there's a few things you're going to have to learn first that I'll have to explain in other videos before you can draw, like, make them look more realistic. But don't worry, we'll be going through that very soon. As you can see, like all these lines really help to match everything up, like even the hair. Like this is that corner of the eyebrow we talked about. Like even the hair lines up with it, which is quite helpful. Yeah, this looks a little bit weird, but you get the idea. Alright, that'll do for that one. I'm trying to think what else I could tell you. Because I'm going to do, this is not going to be the only head drawing video. I might probably do a few. So this is another side view. See this person looking down. Okay. You can just like guess the measurements if you just want to practice. Like you could just draw the jaw. And generally the back of the head would not come like to the bottom of the jaw like that. Like if you look at a skull, it's sort of like a bit higher, like instead of being there. So it'd be like there. Not sure if that makes sense, but yeah, so top of the eyebrows and then bottom of the chin, you can just halve that. So like it does generally like become the same proportions every time. But it's good to know. Yeah. And then you do that line for the jaw if you want. Jaw, cheekbone, I mean, this circle does usually help. Like, say if you're drawing from the side and you're not sure where to do the edge of the eyebrow, it goes there. And obviously, bottom of the nose is there. And then split this into 3. And that's the mouth. And that's the little dent bit that we showed you earlier. And don't worry if it doesn't always like line up with the measurements. Like it's just like a rough guide. Because once you know how to do this, you don't actually do it every time. Like once you learn this, you won't even really use it. Like I'll give you an example. So say if I was just going to draw a face from memory, like a head, I'd think at the top of the head. Think where the top of the head is, and then I sort of do it like a rhythm, like as I draw. Like I'm trying to explain it. You don't have to worry about this at the moment, but do the top of the head and think of where the bottom of the chin is. Alright, so top of the head, bottom of the chin. It's just proportions really. And halfway through is the eyes, like middle of the head's the eyes, just above the eyebrows. Right. And this can vary. Then I think of the corners of the eyebrows, which is here, these points, like, because that's where the plane changes on the head, like you know when we cut the little bit of the circle to make it flat. So got the eyebrows, and then halfway between here, the bottom of the nose, right. Then you can do the centre of the face if you want. And from here, really, you can just add the jaw, and then you can just guess the ear because you know from here to here is the top of the ear, and from the bottom of the nose is the bottom of the ear. So you can just like draw it like that. You know what I mean? Alright, but like it's just easier to start off doing this. Like I did many of these first, like I didn't, like, you might master it quickly, you might not, but like, I was literally filling like books with them, like sketchbooks. But it shouldn't take too long, it just depends how much time you invest into it. Like say if you did like half an hour a day or something, or an hour a day, even half an hour is fine. But you just got to think, how much do you want to learn it, really? So it comes down to. So I'm not really explaining it. I haven't made many YouTube videos, so like I'm just trying to get my bearings really. But I'm gonna go through all this. Just like drawing. Alright. I do another one down here. Okay, so circle. And we'll have this, which way will we have this person looking? What have I done? That way. So they're looking that way. I'll try and imagine, you can either just cut the circle bit off, or you can just imagine the centre line. It doesn't really matter what you do first, as I said, like, it's just as long as you do it. as long as it works for you. Like, you don't have to follow rules. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so then you want to draw the eyebrow line. And then because they're looking down, obviously when someone's looking down, this line on the side of that circle looks like that, like that. So, like that. So I don't know if you can see it properly. Draw this line. So we've got top of the hairline, or you can go halfway through this and it still gets to the hairline. I prefer doing that for some reason. And then bottom of this circle is bottom of the nose, and because they're looking down, like, it tends, what am I saying? You might have to do foreshortening, like, we'll go through that in another video, don't worry. So from here to here to here to here, same distance. Add the jaw like that. Like that. So finish the centre line, and you can do this line here if you want. But generally, I would practice on a photo of someone, like getting all the proportions. I'll just draw some of the features. I will go through videos of all the features as well. You can rub this circle line out as well. Well, you don't have to, but you don't really need it. Okay, so obviously we've got bottom of the nose. So halfway through would be the bottom of the eye, the actual eye socket. And then halfway through would be the eyes. And remember, the distance between the eyes is the length, the width of an eye. But because they're looking that way, it'll be a bit shorter, but you don't really have to. You can just, as I said, just practice and guess is the best idea. Like, the more you practice, the more you'll see. Then you just draw a circle and then draw over it like that. I'm going to go through some features and other stuff in this video. Actually, I just might as well do it because I'm drawing them anyway. I'll do it in a sec. So, because you can do it into thirds and the top third bit, but there's also, if you do halfway, and that's the bottom of the bottom lip, and then the mouth is slightly above. But that's like the same anyway. It's basically the same. Like, this person looks really weird. Oh god. I don't even know what's happened here. Alright, don't worry about that one. Fuck it. So, alright. We'll start off with a circle again. Right, I'll show you how to add the features, because there are a few things. So you've got your circle, got the line, and cut a bit off. And so this person's looking straight that way. So eyebrow line. And then because they're slightly looking down, this will be slightly up. So we've got hairline, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin. Right, I'll zoom in a little bit. Sorry. Right. And then generally, okay, we'll do the centre line. Right. There's a few things. when you draw this line going down, you've got to be aware of the different shapes of the bones. So like when you come round the eye, and then you've got the cheekbone, and then like the jaw, like you've got to be aware of like cheekbones, the shape of the jaw, and you've got the corner of the this bone here. Like you've got to be aware of a few things, and like you're not always, well, not everyone's gonna know straight away, so we may have to go through some anatomy, but generally you don't need to do a lot of, you can get the idea if I just go through it a little bit. So okay, so say this is the eyebrows. Generally the eye, if you get a picture of a skull and look at it, you'll see what I mean. I wish I had one of them like model ones, but so say this is a skull, the cheekbones will come out like that, and then you've got the nose, and then there'll be a little ridge here, and then the nose will come out. So when you're drawing, you've got to sort of be mindful of this bit, and it's best to look at, if you look at yourself in the mirror even, and just like tilt your head left and right, you could just look at different angles, like how these bones come out. Alright. Because let's say, generally the more a person is looking away, the bigger this angle, the more exaggerated this line will be. So say if we'll do the line there, like that. So if they're looking like that, right. So this line will go in a lot more and then come out again, like that. And that'll be their cheekbone. And you won't really see it here. And where the nose starts, there'll be a little line here, and then it will go out again with the nose. Right. And we'll do another view of that. Say if someone was looking at you, but like tiniest bit turned away, a little bit. Centre head for the eyes, slightly above the eyebrow, between the eye and the bottom of the nose. The eye and the bottom of the chin is the bottom of the nose. Right, corners of the eyebrows. And you can do the ear if you want. So if a person was slightly looking away, it would just be a lot less, it would be a lot smoother, like that. And don't worry, I'm going to go through, like, do whole videos on anatomy and all that stuff, but I was trying to do it all one video, I suppose. Okay, another thing, when you draw the mouth, okay, this area here, like, you'll see, if you look at a skull, you'll see this is like a ball sort of thing, and if you like feel your mouth and your teeth, they go round like that. So this area is quite like a muzzle sort of thing. So when you're drawing the face, it's a lot easier to draw this bit as like, picture it as being round, and then have the little chin on the bottom, like this. Right, and the chin like that. and then split this into thirds, and then draw the mouth as if it was going round it. I know I'm making this look really easy, but just trying to show you. Yeah, so a skull would be like that. And the teeth. So just these few things will like help massively when adding the features if you're not sure like how to draw them properly. So I'll go through it all in a sec again. So what was I saying? So when drawing the eyes, just picture the eyeball like on its own. Right, and say these are the edges. And just picture like, so that's the eyeball, right? The lid going over the form like that, and then going round. So when you're drawing them on here, and you're not sure how to do them, just do the ball like that, and then bits of the eyelid going over. And the pupil's generally about a third of the space in the eyeball, but I don't have to worry about that in a moment. And the nose is obviously, I need to stop saying obviously, man. I need to stop saying that. When drawing the nose, just picture it as like a box, like that. So that's the bottom of the nose, the nostrils. And then, I know I'm not expecting you to know how to draw them straight away until I do a video on them, but that's why I recommend you copying from a photo. Right. Okay, we'll add this all into one. Actually, wait, one more thing. When this is for the mouth. So say this is that bit there. So the bottom of the nose, the chin would be like on the bottom. All right, and then do that into thirds, and then the mouth. You want to picture it going round like that, and I'm going to do a separate video on how to draw features actually, but I'm just showing you like a few little tips. Then you've got this little ridge bit here. So this bit is into thirds, look. Bottom of the chin, mouth, bottom of the nose, like that. Okay, so when I'm drawing the head, got a circle. We'll do this person's turn to the side slightly, center line, and cut a bit off. You don't have to, remember this is about 2/3. Don't have to measure it, but if you really want to, it might help you, I don't know. Like that. And then we're going to have this person looking like that way. Right, let me zoom in a bit. Okay. So this line like that. Eyebrows. Put the line like that. Draw the ear if you want to. And then halfway through, hairline, bottom of circle, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin. Right. And then add the jaw. And you can rub that circle out if you want. So, centre line, halfway between the eyebrows and the bottom of the chin, bottom of the nose. Right. So, this is where I would plan to add the features. What I almost said, obviously, then. I need to stop trying to say that. So, because this person is slightly tilted to the left, the corner of the eye would go in a little bit. And you can simplify it a lot more. So, how am I going to do this? So, we've got this little bit here. You can feel it between your eyes. It's like a little ridge bit, like that. And then you've got your nose. Obviously, if you just simply, if you simplify it, right. So that's the eyes. To picture it as like blocks. Right. And that'll be your nose. So this little keystone here. Oh wait, we'll do the measurement. So halfway. This helps a lot. Halfway, bottom of the eyes, right? Can you see that properly? Yeah. And halfway between here is where this little keystone bit is. Then the eyes. Eyeballs being here. Like that. Right. And you can do the eyeballs. And then make the eyelid go over them like that. Right, but we'll do that. Okay. So that's not how we're going to be drawing them, by the way, in future videos. Yeah, so halfway between here, the eyes. Right. And you could draw this as like a little square, like going in, the picture going in the head. Like if this was the side, so that's the hairline, eyebrow, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin, picture it going in a bit like that. And obviously you have your nose coming out, going in, coming out, going in, like that. Okay. And then have your nose, if you just draw it as blocks, literally, it makes it so much easier. Right. Please tell me if I'm like going too quick or too slow or anything, because I'm gonna make more videos and it'd help. Okay, so, and then before I do, we can do this thirds into thirds as the mouth. Alright, so what I'll do here is then draw this as like a circle. And it don't really matter how big you do circles, as long as it fits in here. Right, it's just helpful, like. So you'd have, and then your cheekbones would be here. You can still do that line if you want. Right. So just picture this bit going round the cheekbone here, round where the eye is, right? And then you've got this round bit here. So I'm just exaggerating it, but yeah. And then chin at the bottom. Right. So this helps when drawing the features. So if you have your mouth like that, and it sort of helps when shading as well. Like, and you can do your hair if you want to. But we'll do another one. Okay. Alright. Won't do too many more because you might not watch all the way through this video. Okay. So, circle. Another thing actually, like quickly, if you are having trouble, just imagine it head as like a box or like a rectangle. So long ways like that. And then with this being with this corner being the corner of the eyebrows. So say you got halfway through is the eyes, just above is the eyebrows, between the eyebrows and the bottom of the chin is the bottom of the nose, get the hairline. Right. And then this line going that way, bottom of the nose that way, and halfway, and then you've got your ear. And then you can take the line down there. Just add the jaw. Like there's not just one way you can do this, like you can just experiment. And then also you can add in the features and put this into thirds. Do the circle if it helps. Okay, so we'll add this person. I'll show you another way I see it. So this is quite a hard one, but we're going to do it. So the person looking up, so cut the, unless you want it completely them like side view like that. So say if you want it like that, you would just do the circle in the middle. But if you want it so you can still see some of their face, like from the side, you'd have the circle a bit lower, like that. And then, so this line would be in line with which way they're looking. So this person's looking up. Then top of the hairline, bottom of the nose, bottom of the chin, and because this person's looking this way, the centre line will be closer to the edge. So we can have it there. Right, and add the jaw on. Go for the centre. Like that. Okay. Get rid of this line because again. Alright, so we're going to do this blocking phase that I just did. So remember you've got the little keystone bit in the middle, that little indent bit, that bit, so that's there, so the eyes, like that. Okay, so what again? So like halfway through here, the bottom of the eyes, bottom of the eye socket, and then halfway through is that indent bit, the eyes. So we've got this bit. Remember it goes inwards, and then we've got it on the other side where it goes in as well. So just picture it being like a, say like a clay head or something, and it had been, this bit had been chopped out. Like somebody cut it out. Or like if you hit an axe into a tree or something, like this little bit would be like a little indent. That's what the eyes, or the eye sockets are. Then you've got the cheekbones coming out, going back in. So you've got them there, They do this bit as a circle to show the form of the teeth are, and then chin. Put the ear here just to help. Also, you got your neck. Right, and then nose coming out, going back in. Divide this into 3. Do the mouth. Looks a bit weird. And to draw the eyes, you just do a circle and then picture the eyelids going over like that. Eyebrows here. And you can draw that line. Right, and another thing with the jaw, you don't generally always see a line just going from there to there. If you look at someone's neck, maybe just draw the hair. Alright. We'll do a couple of things quickly, and then I'm going to wrap the video up. So, we'll quickly do the difference in proportions, sorry, of male and female. So say you've got, just do like an oval head shape. I need to do that a bit bigger. Right. We'll do one for a man. Okay. So that's going to be a woman's face. Right, generally, men's jaws are more like square, and you can see like the bone structure, and like their cheekbones, you can see their bone structure. And women, their jaws are more like round and smooth. Same with their cheekbones, you don't see their bones as much, it's more like smooth. Okay, so we'll add the features, so halfway through, eyes, just above, eyebrows, got one on the nose, got one on the chin, right, halfway through. The eyebrows on a woman generally are a little bit higher than men's, and their eyes are generally a little bit bigger. Right, so picture the cheekbones like that, but for a woman you wouldn't really see them. So we've got the corner of the eyes. Right. And you could do halfway between ears, the bottom of the eyes. And then we'll go through how to draw everything else in another video, but this is just an example for now. Yeah, men's eyes are like a little bit smaller, and their noses are bigger, a bit wider, and just generally their face structure, like they're not like everything. You can see the bones a bit more. And the mouth's a bit wider as well. So for one, so their eyes generally are a little bit bigger. I'm not sure why. So if this doesn't come out, I was meant to. So yeah, the eyebrow is a little bit higher and softer looking, and the nose is a little bit smaller as well. Like they're generally not that big. Obviously everyone varies, but and like just all the features, everything just looks a lot smoother. Yeah, their face is usually a lot rounder. Yeah, obviously like hairstyle, whatever, we don't have to do that now. But yeah, I hope this helps. I think I'm going to stop there because I'm going to go on for ages. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do more videos on this subject, the head, and obviously I'm going to do. I need to stop saying that word, man. Fucking hell. I'm going to do figure drawing videos as well. I've done a couple already, but I need to like explain it more, and maybe some painting videos. But yeah, let me know if this helped you, and that's it, I think. Thanks for watching.